welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thanks so much for tuning in. Topping news tonight. Today marks the deadline set by an international tribunal for the government and the Grand Bahama Port Authority to report back on any outstanding issues in their long-running arbitration dispute. The tribunal had directed both sides to work toward agreement on matters including damages and costs, and to indicate what they have been able to resolve and what remains in dispute. The development comes amid a continuing exchange of words between the government and the Port Authority following a partial arbitration award over governance in Freeport. Port Authority co-chairman Rupert Hayward issuing an open letter defending his family's Bahamian identity following a national address by Prime Minister Philip Davis. But the Prime Minister is now responding, saying the issue was never about Hayward's nationality, but about the Port Authority's position on governance in Freeport. More details in tonight's top story. Co-chair of the Grand Bahama Port Authority, Rupert Hayward, says he is a multi-generational Bahamian, responding to what he described as characterizations about his family. In an open letter, Hayward writing that his father was born in the Bahamas before independence and became a citizen when the country gained nationhood in 1973, adding that he and his twin brother were born at Princess Margaret Hospital and his family's life, history, and future are deeply connected to the Bahamas. But in a letter responding directly to Hayward, Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis says he has never questioned Hayward's nationality. The Prime Minister writing, "You are Bahamian. Your father was Bahamian. Your children are Bahamian. That is not the issue." Prime Minister Davis saying the government's concern centers on the position taken by the Port Authority in the arbitration dispute and its view of its authority in Freeport. According to the Prime Minister, the Port Authority advanced a position that no responsible government could accept, including claims that certain concessions under the Hawksbill Creek Agreement limited the government's authority in areas such as licensing, immigration, customs, utilities, and foreign land ownership. The Prime Minister also pointing to the Port Authority's counterclaim in the arbitration, where it sought damages totaling $1 billion. Prime Minister Davis saying his government could not accept what he described as a model where a private authority claims a higher standing than the state. The Prime Minister adding that the tribunal confirmed the government's authority in Freeport and reaffirmed that the city remains subject to Bahamian law and the authority of Parliament. The partial arbitration award also confirming that the Port Authority has an ongoing obligation to make payments to the government through the year 2054. The Prime Minister maintaining that Freeport is a Bahamian city and that sovereignty rests with the Bahamian people and the government they elect. The nation's chief also indicating that the government will continue pursuing payments it believes are owed, while engaging directly with residents, licensees, and community groups about the future of Grand Bahama. The tribunal also directing both parties to work toward an agreement on any outstanding issues, including damages and costs, and to report back by March 6th, indicating what they've been able to agree on and what remains in dispute. The arbitration battle has been closely watched across the country, as its outcome could help define the future relationship between the government and the Grand Bahama Port Authority in the governance of Freeport. Of course, that is a story we will continue to follow. While the Bahamas is joining regional efforts to assist Cuba amid its ongoing humanitarian crisis after CARICOM pledged support, Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis confirming that this country will play its part, a move being applauded by Ambassador to Cuba, Elliston Raming. Jolanda Thompson-Everest reports.
It's a conversation between all CARICOM countries, and we'll do our part to bring some humanitarian relief to the people of Cuba.
Quiet hotel lobbies in Cuba, darkened streets during blackout hours, and long lines at fuel stations. The ambassador to Cuba, Dr. Elliston Raming, is praising Prime Minister Philip Davis for the Bahamas' support as the island faces a worsening crisis.
I was gratified to hear the Prime Minister say that the Bahamas joins other CARICOM countries in advancing aid to Cuba in these trying moments.
Dr. Raming stresses that most vehicles in Cuba are powered by diesel and that shortage is crippling the transportation of produce from farms to food stores and local farmer markets. He further cautions that even businesses and homes equipped with generators are now vulnerable.
And so that creates a problem. The fuel embargo has caused a very serious problem in Cuba.
Many countries across the region share deep, long-standing ties with Cuba, particularly in education and healthcare. The ambassador speaks specifically about the Bahamas' relationship with the island and the importance of maintaining that connection during this challenging period.
The Bahamas is one of the strongest supporters of Cuba. Every week, we have 2 flights, direct flights into Cuba. Many of those passengers are going for medical attention. And so we pump a lot of money into Cuba. The Bahamas does. I would consider us to be a very reliable, steady friend of Cuba.
Raming notes that tourism there has been struggling since the COVID-19 pandemic and has yet to recover, and now conditions are deteriorating further. He adds that just weeks ago, Cuban officials announced the island had run out of jet fuel, forcing some flights to seek alternative routes.
Many of the long-distance flights have sought alternate routes because they need to refuel. So, yeah. The whole fuel situation has caused a deep problem in the country.
Despite the ongoing challenges, Bahamas Air continues to operate 2 flights per week to Cuba. He says Bahamian students living there may be facing difficulties, but they remain in contact and are continuing their studies. While many Cubans are under significant strain, he notes that the people remain resilient. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Jolanda Thompson, Everest.
Well, to commemorate nearly 2 centuries of existence, the Royal Bahamas Police Force is celebrating the monumental anniversary among themselves and the community they proudly serve and protect. Our Matthew Martinborough shares more details in this report.
Royal Bahamas Police Force divisions are going door to door across communities to connect with residents and hear their concerns. The initiative marks the start of March as Police Month, celebrating 186 years of national service. Assistant Commissioner of Police and Northern Bahamas Officer in Charge, Advardo Dame, says the effort supports the force's broader goal of strengthening community policing.
We believe that touching the communities door by door, on foot, walking in the homes, interacting with the business places in the communities, listening keenly to them, hearing their concerns, hearing their ideas, and responding to some of them that we could solve right away, or something that will take some time, it's imperative to our crime-fighting strategy.
Dames adds the effort also allows officers and residents to better understand their deep-rooted connection.
The badge, it is that we wear, is not intended to be a barrier between the police and the people, but a bridge that connects us to serve the people.
As Police Month continues, the Assistant Commissioner says he looks forward to a stronger relationship between the public and the police force.
I want to say happy birthday to the Royal Bahamas Police Force. We were established in 1840 on the first day of March, and we continue to celebrate our existence. And we believe that we are vital to this community, and we believe that the community is vital to us.
For the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition, I'm Matthew Martinborough.
Switching gears now, a school in the 8 Mile Rock community is proudly sporting a new top-tier tech classroom thanks to an assist from a corporate sponsor. Here again is Matthew Martinborough with more details.
The Bartlett Hill Primary School officially cutting the ribbon to its new state-of-the-art computer lab geared towards the school's STEM program and general student population, according to Principal Danica Martin.
Now that it's open, it is any day, every day. Before the opening of this facility, it was just open to those students who were using it in the STEM program, which is our inaugural program that, we are trying to reach the boys, through science, technology, engineering, and mathematics.
Martin continues on, expressing her excitement to see the dream project now becoming a reality.
It's been a few months, for this project to actually come into fruition. And I am just so pleased today to be able to actually have this computer lab and the resource room for my students and my teachers to be able to use it.
With support from Hutchinson Port's Freeport Container Port and Harbor Company, the initiative will introduce new technology including MetaQuest virtual reality headsets, along with headphones and desktop computers. Deputy Director Charles Rose says the effort reflects the company's long-term support and commitment.
We will be here to support you all the way through. More importantly, really, is when I look at the young men and I see, as I walk down the hallway and I see these young men, the level of enthusiasm, the next generation of scientists and engineers for the Bahamas, it just does my heart glad.
Member of Parliament for West Grand Bahama Kingsley Smith says the project aims to maintain the vision for tomorrow's leaders by providing the necessary tools for success today.
Our kids, we want to ensure that our kids have every tool needed to excel, and so I'm pleased, I'm happy as Member of Parliament now that Bartlett Hills is a part of West Grand Bahama. I will do all I can to ensure that I support them. They have all the tools that they need, along with the other schools in West Grand Bahama, to excel.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Matthew Martinborough.
And still to come.
Summit Heights Academy hosting a career fair. Stay tuned for that story, sports, and more when we come back.
It has the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of. Now it's here. Commonwealth Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly approval. It's a service that just comes naturally to us, just like how love of tradition comes naturally to you. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Come on down and see what Dolly Madison has in store for you. Renovate and rejuvenate at Dolly Madison.
Dolly Madison.
Get your hats ready for the Rose of Sharon Hat Show presented by the Women's Ministries of Community at Heart Tabernacle, Church of God of Prophecy on Coral Road. Come hat ready on March 29th at 5 p.m. and join in this fundraising event.
Freeport Fashion Week 2026 presents Dream in Color. Join the opening night fashion show Friday, March 20th at 7 p.m. at the Stone Crab, Taino Beach. Donation is $100 with drinks and hors d'oeuvres included. Tickets available at the Grand Bahama Port Authority and the Stone Crab.
At Save More Drugs, we got you. We got what you want. We got what you need. We got what you came for. The quality you expect, the prices you need and deserve. Save more at Save More Drugs.
Hello. What time is the flight?
No one asked us to go. Hello? Into the storm. Into the chaos. To witness devastation. No one asked us to go.
Are you ready?
Because it's the story that drives us forward, that brings truth to light, that connects us all. This is why we go. Breaking news out of Grand Bahama, our Raven Davis has been covering this story all day and joins us live now with the latest. Raven, what can you tell us?
Yes, Ramiko, I had a chance to speak to many of the residents, and many of them are concerned about...
Your #1 team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
Welcome back. Students at Summit Heights Preparatory School are getting an early look at their future careers. The school hosted a career fair designed to expose students to a wide range of professions and help them start to think about life beyond the classroom. Sherelle Dames tells us more in this report.
From the public service sector to law enforcement, real estate, and technical education, Workers' House Hall was transformed into a hub for education, giving 7th to 12th grade students a first-hand look into career paths available for them. And career fair host and principal of Summit High Prep says the aim was to connect classroom learning with real-world experience.
One of the things that we usually do, we have our exit interviews. They sit down with Miss Gray, and she would ask them certain questions along the lines of when they're leaving school, what it is that they anticipate to do, and she tries to steer them in the right direction, and this was a part of it. So this was the closing out of their exit interviews.
Students also had the chance to ask questions, network with professionals, and learn about skills that are in high demand across the Bahamas. For these students, the experience made their future feel more tangible.
This is an opportunity for people who don't know what they want to do yet to be exposed to what they could possibly be or do.
I chose BTVI because they start you in school and you have less time to continue the course out of school.
The physiotherapy seems really interesting. It's a nice other profession that I could lean into.
Meanwhile, these professionals reminded students that success comes in many forms, whether through hands-on training, skilled trades, or national service.
There may not be anything to do if I'm not interested in typical theoretical education, but they're able to do things, electrical installation, beauty trades, fashion trades. So it's just a place where students can be able to find their fit, even if they don't want to do the typical academic work.
Anytime there's youth, there's life. There's innovation, you know, and so it's important for young people to become a part of the customs department, because what they bring along with them is they bring along those inspiring moments where they bring a freshness and a different outlook.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Sherelle Dames.
Well, it was a special assembly filled with gratitude and celebration at Maurice Moore Primary School as students and staff gathered to say thank you for a significant donation aimed at strengthening education. Bahamas Financial Services, along with Director of the Association of International Banks and Trust Companies, Kilberly Strawn, presented the school with computers, musical instruments, and interactive whiteboards, all valued at $20,000. The donation is designed to support both academic and creative development, giving students access to modern technology and tools to enhance their learning experience.
What we do as an association is work with the government, be it the Prime Minister, ministers, the Attorney General, anyone in government we find necessary to speak with, we meet with. We also meet with regulators, be it the Central Bank of the Bahamas, the Securities Commission of the Bahamas, and other associations to ensure that we are advancing financial services in the Bahamas. But one of the most important things that we can do as any association in coming together is to give back to communities and to give back to schools. Our membership saw it fit to make a kind donation to your school, and I can honestly say, in being here, I could see it was a good donation.
Students expressing their appreciation during the assembly, highlighting just how meaningful the contribution is to their school community. Meanwhile, Principal Rodney Bethel extending sincere gratitude on behalf of the faculty and student body, noting that the school is extremely thankful for the support from Bahamas Financial Services.
Members of the Bahamas Financial Services Board, we cannot repay you, but we are so grateful for your substantial donation to our school. We appreciate you and we thank you immensely for this wonderful donation you have made to us.
Well, the third annual Bahamas National High School Leadership Conference and Pageant official opening its 2026 edition at the Pelican Bay Hotel. The program brings together high school students from across the Bahamas for training focused on confidence, character, and leadership development. Minister for Grand Bahama, the Honorable Ginger Moxie, who also serves as the patron sponsor for the conference, giving encouraging words to the participants as they begin their experience.
This experience is about more than crowns and titles. It's also personal growth, building confidence, and making meaningful connections. I want to remind you that regardless of the outcome of this pageant, you are already victorious. Your courage to step forward, showcase your talents, and share your aspirations are commendable.
This year's conference brings new participants from across the nation. For the first time, Long Island students are joining the delegation from Grand Bahama, New Providence, North Eleuthera, and Abaco. Bahamas National High School National Director Darrell Stubbs says the aim is to reach as many students throughout the Bahamas, while the reigning king and queen says the program creates many opportunities for young people to network and step into positions of influence.
You get to see the growth, especially for those coming here for the first time, and this is their first pageant experience. So, you know, a few months from now, they will be totally different individuals. And a year from now, they'll be even stronger, more confident.
I got to harness a lot of opportunities. I got to stand in a lot of rooms I didn't think that I would be in. And I got to speak to a lot of people such as Miss Ginger Moxie in partnership with her.
My directors, Miss Jordan Lobo and Mr. Darrell Stubbs, they created a path for us to lead. They gave us so many opportunities, so many speaking engagements. We are involved with the Honorable Ginger Moxie, our Minister for Grand Bahama. She ensured that we had all of the things necessary we need in order to, you know, be able to lead those around the Bahamas.
Well, with International Women's Day approaching, women in Grand Bahama are being invited to a special event focused on encouragement, healing, and purpose. Local author Carol Pinder is teaming up with Cable Bahamas to host a free women's empowerment experience at Pelican Bay this evening. The Hello Joy author says the event will feature conversation, inspiration, and practical tools to help women reconnect with their joy.
Hello Joy talks about how to feed the spirit without neglecting your soul. So many times we do spiritual practices, but we're not really feeding our soul. So in Hello Joy, we talk about why don't we have joy, what is joy, and how do you practically walk that out. We're excited for the women to come in and learn more about how to pour into themselves, how to pour into their family, and how to pour into their workplace, and just learn how to curate joy in this season. Persons, they can come free, or they can do the VIP upgrade, which comes with both of the books, Hello Joy, the Hello Joy devotional. It comes with a VIP mixer that happens at 7 o'clock, also reserved seating, and also they will get a lifetime replay of Hello Joy in Nassau, where we brought our international guests.
Representatives from Cable Bahamas say they are pleased to be a part of an event that celebrates and empowers women, especially as the world marks International Women's Day.
So important for Cable Bahamas to be a part of women's empowerment events. We just had Inspire Her in November, and we always do something for women in the community. My VP is a woman, so we always make sure that we champion women through all aspects of the business, honestly. But this is definitely something very special because we haven't been able to do something in Grand Bahama just yet. So it's so important for us to kick off Women's History Month as well with something in Grand Bahama.
We salute our Facebook friend of the day, Princess Gator. Happy birthday to you. Hope that you enjoyed your day, and thank you so much for your continued support. And that's a look at stories making news. Shane, what's happening in sports?
Listen, day one of the track and field regionals was a huge success. You don't want to miss how day one shaped up.
All right, let's check it out. That's coming your way next. After the break, be sure to stay tuned.
Bahamas National High School Leadership Conference and Pageant presents Mr. and Miss High School Bahamas at the Regency Theater this Sunday, March 8th at 7 p.m.
The Freeport Players Guild presents Susan Hill's The Woman in Black, starring Jeffrey Swain and Ramado Russell, March 13th and 14th at 8 p.m. and March 15th at 4 p.m. at the Regency Theater. Tickets $35 at the Gregory's Fine Foods, or scan the QR code to purchase online.
Save more drugs, from cosmetics to prosthetics. What you need for your family, the brands you're looking for, the quality you expect, vitamins you need, and prescriptions you came for. Feel the love. Save more at Save More Drugs.
Let's keep it clean. Put it in the trash, my guy. Not on the ground, not on the beach, not in the bush, not in the street. No. Yeah, just put it in the trash, my guy. Not on the ground, not on the beach, not in the bush, not on the streets. Just put it in the trash, my guy.
Bombastic side eye. Criminal offensive side eye.
Put it in the trash. Put it in the trash. That's it, that's it. Put it in the trash. Just put it in the trash. That's it, that's it. Just put it in the trash, my guy. not on the ground, not on the beach, not in the bush, not in the street. Just put it in the trash, my guy. Yeah, just put it in the trash, my guy. Yeah, we just gotta keep Grand Bahama clean.
Welcome to the ZNS Total Sports Cave. Everyone, I'm Shane Stubbs. No slapping up for me tonight. Here are some highlights from day one of the Northern Bahamas Regional Track and Field Championships. Sweeping the under-13 400-meter regional titles were the Sunland Stingers' Gianna Cawley and Arthur Spencer. Cawley had some ground to make up, but found another gear from the final 150 onward to take gold. For Spencer, he felt some pressure from SC Boodle's Michael Ballou, but the final 100-meter was all his to capture the regional championship.
I just feel like I prepared really well for this race, and I come out here and do what I was supposed to do.
I feel good being the regional champion, and I'm not finished, so we'll see what happens in nationals.
The unstoppable headband said it all. Sunland's Michaela Saunders would prevail to become this year's under-15 champion over 400 meters. Shortly after, Tabernacle's Avante Lotmore owned the final stretch of the under-15 boys showdown, proving he's the top dog over that distance.
I feel awesome. I work hard for this specific event.
I feel amazing, to be honest. Hope it was a PR. Probably finna try and PR again in nationals.
And it was another day at the office for a pair of under-17 Carifta qualifiers. BMES's Kiasha Thomas and Sunland's Zion Bradford dominated regionals and look forward to the road ahead.
I just have to keep up the fast times to be able to go back to nationals, represent my school once again, and run some faster times. I feel great. I feel amazing that I was able to come out there once again and do what I do best, and I was able to close my under-17 season for high school with a bang.
Tabernacle's Ryan Gibson and Jack Haywood's Lamorne Moxie will take away the under-20 girls and boys 400-meter regional titles. The fastest over 100 meters was determined shortly after. Holmes Rock's Amaya Taylor and SC Boodle's Anthony Williams are your under-13 regional champions. Tabernacle's Sandra Russell and Jackie Wood Jr.'s Gabriel Tate took home the under-15 titles. Tabby's Trinaya Roll and Taran Duncombe swept the under-17 junior regional crowns. Tabby's Rihanna Sanders and Kylan Pierre from St. Paul's ran away with the under-17 senior titles, while Tabby's Kiana Henschel and Agape Christian's Philip Lubin are your under-20 100-meter regional champions. Leading the junior division after day one is Tabernacle with 191 points, followed by Jackie Wood Jr. with 146. Sister Mary sits in third with 145, followed by BMES in fourth with 143 points. On the senior side, St. George's sits in first place with 169.5 points, trailed by Tabernacle in second with 108. Jackie Wood Sr. ranks third with 107, and BMES rounds out the top four with 90.5 points. Well, that's your sports fix, everyone. I'm Shane Stubbs. Catch you all on the rebound.
Save more drugs. We got you. From cosmetics to prosthetics, what you need for your family, the brands you're looking for, the quality you expect, the prices you need and deserve. Feel the love. Save more at Save More Drugs.
From the onset, let's just confess that Grand Bahama is a big deal. We are on the move, and the progress made is undeniable. So let's give it up to Grand Bahama. So as we look ahead, Grand Bahama's growth strategy is guided by resilience, inclusivity, and sustainability. Our development model must absorb shocks, adapt, and recover. This means smarter infrastructure, diversified income, and forward planning. Investments must translate into opportunities for Bahamians, not just through jobs, but advancement opportunities on those jobs, training, spin-off entrepreneurial opportunities, and community development through corporate social responsibility.
My commitment to you is that this administration will keep choosing the path that brings the back of all of old corporatocracy and builds something stronger in its place, with energy reform backed by real capital, with infrastructure that matches your ambition, and with Grand Bahamians, not outsiders, at the center of the story. The next time a 22-year-old Bahamian arrives in Grand Bahama with a suitcase and a dream,
I want them to see what I saw in 1974, a place where the future is being built.
Your number one team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
Includes the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Ramiko Knowles.
I'm Shane Stubbs.
Thanks so much for watching. The Bahamas Tonight is coming your way next.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, a top executive behind the Royal Caribbean Beach Clubs pushing back against claims the project will hurt Bahamian businesses, pointing to tourism projections for 2027 and 2028. Plus, the national flag carrier is tapping into one of its lucrative markets. We'll tell you where, why, and how it proposes to do this. And the power of women. The Bahamas joins in celebrating the social, economic, cultural, and political achievements of women around the world. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, starts now. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast. Will RCI's Beach Club take a bite out of local business? A Royal Caribbean Beach Club executive points to the property's projections for 2027 into 2028. Our Leah Cooper has the story.
Amid concerns from straw vendors and taxi drivers that the new Royal Caribbean Beach Club has taken away some sales from them, RCI Beach Club President Philip Simon tells reporters with the number of projected arrivals coming in, quite frankly, there's enough sales for everyone.
You know, in 2017, 2018, when we started the journey of the Beach Club, the estimates were around 1 million, 1.1 million guests that are coming to New Providence. We have surpassed that already. By 2027, we should have over 2.7 million persons that are coming to New Providence, which is almost 3 times as much as what the promise was. And certainly by 2028, we anticipate that to be around 3 million.
Last month, a local daily reported representatives from both sides blaming the beach club's opening to a significant drop in their daily sales. Well, Simon adds that all stakeholders are probably going to have to strategize how they're going to accommodate all of those visitors.
Diversifying the experience, as the beach club can only take an X number of persons, anywhere between 700,000 and 900,000 per year.
For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Leah Cooper.
Well, thanks, Leah. In related news this evening, South Florida serving as the backdrop for tourism's latest push. In the ballroom of Embassy Suites Fort Lauderdale sat travel executives, hoteliers, and industry partners who turned out for a trade show highlighting the offerings of the national flag carrier. The aim, well, to strengthen the islands of the Bahamas as well as the airline's capacity in one of its most prominent markets. Desmond Saunders reports from Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Only a short flight from the Bahamas, Fort Lauderdale is playing host to a major tourism and aviation push this weekend. Bahamas Air, the country's national flag carrier, is strengthening its presence in the South Florida market and promoting travel to the islands.
Deputy Managing Director at Bahamas Air is Siobhan Cambridge, and Deputy Director of Sales and Marketing at the National Airline is Wolford Munnings.
Florida is probably our primary international destination, and so the board and management has decided to make a push to try and see if we can get more individuals from the Florida market to come to the Bahamas.
With the void of silver happening last year, it was our mandate that we step in and ensure that we fill that void to ensure that our tourist product remains strong, mainly in our family islands, because we have the airlift that comes to Nassau, which we need more of, but our family islands, we are dedicated to ensure that they get the proper airlift that is needed to ensure that their economies keep going.
Major resort brands like the Atlantis Paradise Island Resort, Bahama, Warwick Paradise Island, and Super Clubs Breezes are showcasing the experiences that continue to draw millions of visitors to the islands. Director of Group and Leisure Sales at the Atlantis Resort, Carlos Ramirez, says that partnerships with airlines are essential to filling rooms year-round.
Bahamas Air is a very important partner to us. Obviously, without air, you can't get to the Bahamas. And so being the premier Bahamian brand for air, our partnership is very strong, very important to us. And so we're always looking over the ways for partnering and then figuring out how do we get clients over to our beautiful island.
Travel experts like Marlene Ritchie of Aspire Lifestyle say the demand for the Bahamas is strong.
I'm familiar with all the islands. I used to work for American Eagle many years ago that we flew to all the small islands. But nowadays, I see that it's great. They're the best example of tourism.
District Manager for the Bahamas Ministry of Tourism, Shante Miller, says the goal is simple: to get more visitors from South Florida to the islands.
It is important for us to get these consumers to come to the islands of the Bahamas, specifically the old islands, so that we can achieve more heads and beds.
Bahamas Air brought the islands to South Florida. Patrons sampled native Bahamian dishes and experienced the sounds of Junkanoo. This is one out of several events with stops in Orlando and Grand Bahama in the coming weeks, with the aim at strengthening Bahamas Air's presence in key South Florida markets. Here in South Florida, with cameraman Victor Adderley, Desmond Saunders, The Bahamas Tonight.
Well, good job, Desmond and Victor. The government's in the final stage of negotiations with the U.S. to resume employment of Cuban nurses. You may recall the program was suspended last year after U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio deemed the practice forced labor. There were threats that countries like the Bahamas that continued with the program could see their government officials have their U.S. visas revoked. While Health and Wellness Minister, the Honorable Dr. Michael Darville, says everything's in place and contracts have already been drawn.
After that's done, we will begin now to go into rec contracts with the Cuban workers in the Bahamas, and it will be our responsibility to take care of them as indicated by the United States government. A very interesting thing came out of this whole ordeal. The United States government has directed us to a recruitment agency, I believe they're based in Montreal, where we can reach out to Cuban and other foreign workers to help us to build our workforce. We are in communication with that group, and we are beginning to get some positive response. Hopefully, we will be able to recruit from them and to recruit some specialists and subspecialists, which is badly needed at the Princess Margaret Hospital.
The minister says the Bahamas, which like many countries is struggling to retain its nurses, is looking to recruit an additional 40 nurses from Ghana, while also looking at other African countries, the Philippines and India. As for just how soon the recruitment of Cuban nurses will resume, Darville could not say.
The program with Cuba is depending on the negotiations with the U.S. As you know, there is a lot of challenges that are currently happening globally and geopolitical challenges. The Bahamas is a small country. We don't want to get mixed up in no geopolitical issues. We just need manpower resources to help us to keep our healthcare system functioning. And we're very pleased that we are at the table with the United States government, particularly the embassy, to resolve this issue, to work together, because as we are recruiting, other countries are recruiting from the English-speaking Caribbean. So it's a vicious cycle. And there's manpower shortages around the world. From all the global conferences I go to, we anticipate this would continue for the next 5 years.
Well, still talking health, it could make the difference in the caregiver becoming the one in need of care. Thanks to the efforts of a team of 14 philanthropists, a group of residents from across the country now have a new outlook on life. Cleopatra Murphy has the details.
It's a surgery that would normally cost around $15,000 per eye, but thanks to Liquid Legacy and the World Cataract Foundation, some 100 Bahamians now have the gift of sight or improved vision. Officials performed the cataract surgeries at the Marsh Harbor Healthcare Center over the past few days, making healthcare more accessible to those who may not normally have been able to afford it. Liquid Legacy Executive Director Piet Stridham says the surgery can mean a world of difference for some.
Families living together, and you've got a grandma, for instance, that is taking care
care of the grandkids while the parents are at work. When the grandma loses her vision, she's unable to take care of the family. And she's not unable to take care of those grandkids and play a part. And in turn, the grandkids start having to take care of the grandma because she can't see. A simple 15-20 minute procedure here that we're able to offer free of charge for them, and she can see again and be productive and be a part of her family and be able to take care of the grandkids.
Wilton Thomas, on his second surgery, is just one of the many patients whose lives this surgery is changing.
The surgery is very important to me because I had 2 cataracts. You know, I had one removed in October, and I'm here today to get another one removed. And it means a lot to me to have my sight.
Minister of Health and Wellness, the Honourable Dr. Michael Darville, says he is grateful for the gift of sight being awarded to Bahamians.
We're so pleased that we are able to interconnect with this particular group who has done a stellar job in providing world-class surgeries at the Marsh Harbor Clinic. And so for the Bahamian people, the Marsh Harbor Clinic is finally reaching its true potential. We still have some work to do, but it was always designed to do surgical procedures.
Executive Director of the World Cataract Foundation, Christy Beach, is happy to see more people taking advantage of the free cataract screening.
We saw everyone that we could, and we're taking names for future visits. So that would be something worth mentioning, is for those of you out there who'd be interested in having a screening, to contact your local clinic, and they can take your information.
Over the last 3 years, some 300 residents have benefited from the free cataract surgeries through the organizations. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Cleopatra Murphy.
Coming up, a warning for those behind illegal dumping. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. That and more in a moment.
It has the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of. Now it's here. Commonwealth Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly approval. It's a service that just comes naturally to us, just like how love of tradition comes naturally to you. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
I just found out that KFC has an irresistible promo.
Crunch into the juicy flavor of the new KFC Wrap Star, a classic made modern that's crunchy, melty, and grilled to perfection for all the journeys of your day. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
Whether you need life insurance, an endowment plan, or health insurance, BAF has you for all stages of your life.
You're looking at a shot there of Blue Hill Road looking south at the bottom left of the screen, the historic St. Agnes Church, and that shot courtesy of drone pilot Shane Gibson. Welcome back. A warning tonight for those who continue to practice illegal dumping. It's a growing concern, and despite measures to mitigate against this behavior, perpetrators continue to flout the law and create both environmental and health hazards for the country. Corval Pyfrom reports on the message the Environment Minister wants all to hear.
There has never really been any letting up on raising awareness about the importance of keeping our surroundings clean. Cleanup campaigns are ongoing, derelict vehicles are being removed, while buildings that have fallen into decay are also being torn down in many communities nationwide. But Environment Minister, the Honourable Zane Lightbourne, is still concerned about, firstly, the rate at which illegal dumping occurs, and also its overall impact.
We are trying to overall fight for the culture of the Bahamas to be back to caring about how our environment look. And we know that there's ultimately affect the way we live in terms of our health.
In recent months, his ministry, in collaboration with other governmental agencies, have ramped up efforts to frequent communities that are seen as hotspots for this kind of illegal behavior. There is particular focus, he attests, on many inner-city communities.
Definitely when persons, for some reason, who are guilty of this illegal dumping or littering of vehicles and just any form of heavy waste, when we clean areas, they go back and find that as a new space for them to do the same thing.
Minister Lightbourne also addressed the issue of roadside garages. Many of these establishments have been the site of massive fires that have often posed significant threat to nearby communities and neighboring businesses. He says authorities will be more aggressive in going after violators, but insists the objective is not to penalize business owners.
We're working with law enforcement to bring them to justice. The environmental court would have given a ruling that I think sent a message recently to a private citizen for that type of behavior. So we want to see some of the roadside garages we want them to decrease, but we want to give an opportunity for businessmen to continue to make business, but only in an industrial zone.
Meanwhile, Minister Lightbourne encourages residents needing assistance with getting rid of trash who may be uncertain about how to properly dispose of it to reach out to his ministry or the Department of Environmental Health Services. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Corval Pyfrom.
In other news tonight, election fever is building, with the buzz getting a bit louder over in the Family Islands as the Lutherans prepare for when the call is made to cast their ballot. Lloyd Allen reports.
Eleuthera is seeing a growing number of returning residents, among them businessman Christopher Cates, who has roots on the island and is now part of a budding community.
For a long time, New Providence, everything in our country has been New Providence-centric. And I think the science of developing the islands is to have a shift in population, where persons are returning to what they knew. They're returning home to properties they already have.
With election readiness heating up and some residents signing up for the biometric voter cards, Cates and others are eagerly preparing.
Yes, I'm also a registered voter here because I run in local government here. The process in Saudi Lutra is very, very busy. The administrator and her team, they move throughout the community from Tarpon Bay all the way to Bannerman Town on a weekly basis, so it's really busy.
Yeah, I voted in the last election, and it was quite seamless.
When asked about representation in Central and South Eleuthera, a clear call for someone with a heart for Eleuthera.
Firstly, the infrastructure, particularly power and water, need to continue to be improved, and I think we also need some investment in the school infrastructure because a lot of the school buildings are really deteriorating.
I returned to Rock Sound in 1999, having lived in Nassau for many years, and the state of the roads was deplorable, in addition to other, infrastructural concerns. If we're going to springboard our economy forward, we need infrastructure.
Right now, nobody got no complaints, and if you look around, everybody's building. So it's good for me.
The next representative, I just want them to continue what has been started here in Eleuthera, especially in the south and central part of Eleuthera. I would love to see work continue. I would love to see progress continues.
My dad, who's 98 years old, he said to me, "Chris, I never thought I'd see this in my lifetime." And I say back to him, I don't think I'll ever see it again in my lifetime either. This is a big deal for us.
As the island prepares for a general election, parliamentary information showing close to 8,000 registered voters in North, Central, and South Eleuthera. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lloyd Allen.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Folk Call Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
Wait, what are you grabbing all these pizzas, boy?
Wait, Marcos, wait. We have a special on all the large one-topping pizzas, wait.
Pineapple.
All.
Barbecue.
All. Hey, VAT included, but.
Why you need the $10 special plate?
How many would you like?
20 in it. Thank you so much, man. $10, that's it. The Marcos got that deal, boy.
Hi, I'm Brent Burrows, Vice President of Retail and Sales here at CBS Bahamas. When it comes to hardware or home improvement items, we guarantee the lowest prices. That's our price match guarantee. If you find anything we sell for a lower price anywhere in the Bahamas, let us know about it. We will beat that price. We want your business. Shop at CBS Bahamas or cbsbahamas.com.
Throughout our lifetime, we must all make decisions. No matter how we choose, the right one just needs to be made. Like having J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers as your insurance partner. We've been serving the Bahamas for over 100 years. Whether you need home, motor, marine, or commercial insurance, make the right decision. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance, peace of mind.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station. Open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
Well, members of the legal fraternity paying homage to noted attorney, the late Ramona Farquharson, considered a fierce advocate and mentor. Fern Carey tells us more.
Relatives and friends of noted attorney Ramona Farquharson reflecting on her life and legacy during a memorial service at Salem Union Baptist Church last evening. The service featured tributes
Love like hers does not disappear.
And a special musical selection from primary school students at Queen's College. The married mother of two passed away suddenly on Sunday, February 8th. She was 49 years old. Meantime, close friend, attorney Robin Lyons, said Ramona was like a big sister and beloved mentor who will be sadly missed.
Sometimes as women, people tell us we need to diminish, right? Because our confidence is seen as arrogance, because our boldness is seen as masculine. She harnessed all of those things, walked in her femininity, in her intelligence. She walked in the level of knowledge she knew she carried. She was not afraid to debate, to orate. Okay? She would go toe-to-toe with you and let you know, I was born for this. I'm skilled for this.
Attorney Heather Hunt noted that Farquharson was someone she reached out to for legal advice. She recalled their final conversation on Saturday, February 7th.
Sadly, I would have spoken to her just Friday night, Saturday morning, and we ended our phone call because I was boarding a plane and I said, okay, girl, and we'll call you back as soon as the plane lands. But the next day we were in church and I got this news and, of course, call you back later never came. So it's just a very sharp reminder that life is short, right? And so all of the things that we hold so dear to us and sometimes get upset about and debate about, and of course in our political realm we're always, debating and going at one another internally and also externally. But it just makes you remember just what you do for Christ will last.
Ramona also hosted a popular show on the ZNS network, The Legal Brief, produced by Neville Smith. It features legal experts who discuss timely legal issues impacting the community. She was also the principal of the law firm R.A. Farquharson & Co. Attorney Lorna Longley-Roll said Farquharson was one of the first female attorneys to break into the male-dominated legal defense arena and was a fierce advocate.
I think a lot of people are not aware that she actually hosts 6 attorneys, including a student lawyer, in this office. And so therefore her bench is deep. And we think we will be able to carry on and do honor to her legacy.
Funeral service for Ramona Farquharson will be held at Salem Union Baptist Church on Saturday, March 7th. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Fern Carey.
Well, as we bring Women in Aviation Week to a close and celebrate International Women's Day tonight, we're saluting President and CEO of Western Air, Rexy Roll, one of few females to hold down such a prestigious post, and that's globally. Roll, who's also an aviation and corporate attorney, acknowledges, though, that getting to the top meant navigating waters males do not.
women leaders are sort of more scrutinized. There's a lot of tone policing. How she said that, I didn't like how she said that, or perhaps they're, policing what you wear or how you act or how you present yourself. And I think that has a lot more to do with being a woman. I embrace that, though. I'm very firm in being authentic to who I am. I'm going to dance on social media. That's not going to stop. But also it definitely allows for a different experience than perhaps my male counterparts.
Roll, a guest on the ZNS talk show, The Rundown on Leadership with host Ahmad Thompson Thursday evening, says the one lesson she's learned is growth, but she'd tell you it's absolutely lonely at the top.
It's isolating, but it's not a complaint, it's just a reality. There's not many people that understand all the dynamics that come into play with this sort of life. And so, I thank God I have a very strong prayer life and a strong mental health, so we're good.
Meantime, the Nassau Cruise Port hosting a special luncheon at British Colonial Hotel today to mark International Women's Day. The global celebration serving as a call for action to accelerate gender parity across sectors. Regional Marketing Director at the Cruise Port, Maya Noddet, says the event is also about empowering women and uplifting the next generation of females in the maritime, cargo, and tourism sectors.
We have about 100 women here today from across these sectors, and we're going to talk about some of the issues that women face in the workplace, some of the diverse challenges and how to resolve those challenges, as well as celebrating each other, celebrating the fact that so many women work in these areas in the Bahamas. It really is, I think, a first in the Caribbean, across the world, where so many women work within these sectors in this country. And so we're excited about bringing everyone together. And
Future seafarer Brianna Colley is a reminder of the strides women continue to make in all sectors of society.
I'm honored to be here today as a freshman cadet in the engine program at LJM Maritime Academy. It's important for women to enter the field with men particularly dominating, to show young females as well that it's okay to enter a field. You don't have to be fearful, you don't have to be afraid. You can also do the same work.
Well, Royce and Marlena join us live for a sneak peek of what's coming up in Access Now. Guys?
Good evening, Makrishla. Of course, now Sunday's International Women's Day, and we won't have a chance to say it then, or at least I won't. So I want to say to both you and Marlena, you are incredibly, exceptionally great representations of women in the Bahamas, and happy International Women's Day.
Thank you. You're
welcome.
Thank you. But it's also Entertainment Friday.
Yes,
I can't steal all the thunder. We've got another amazing woman, Audrey and the A-List.
Absolutely.
We're going to have one of their performances on later on in the show, but we're also going to talk about what makes a good concert. What makes a good medley, these kinds of things. What are your decisions where you're like, that was a good time, or maybe it wouldn't come back?
I have some thoughts. Bear with us.
Yes, so stay tuned.
Well, thanks so much, Royston, for actually representing for the women. I see you're wearing purple over there, and for you, Marlena, I see you're holding it down for Kidney Awareness Month. But stay with us. The Bahamas Tonight. The National Report continues after this.
Sweet and spicy, marinated right, tossed with chili. Wow, wow. Garlic and ginger have many flavors, like honey barbecue.
Signature hot wings, turn up the heat for you. Those pepper wings, what's your flavor?
Roasted garlic parmesan, tastes so good, chicken. So many flavors to try. What's your flavor? Honey barbecue, sweet and spicy, all new.
Signature hot wings.
What's your flavor? Roasted garlic parmesan, tastes so good, chicken.
Those pepper wings.
Health is the greatest gift. That's
That's where we come in. Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies is a premier distributor of medical equipment, as well as medical and surgical consumables. Our engineers are always on hand, providing top care service that saves lives. We carry a wide selection of over-the-counter and prescription items, IV fluids, and other injections. Our products are state-of-the-art, and our entire team stays on top of cutting-edge technology. With more than 2 decades of dedicated service, Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies continues to be a trendsetter and innovator in healthcare. We have set ourselves apart by truly caring for our customers. We understand the intricacies of healthcare, and we produce spectacular results. We cherish our partnerships and nurture our friendships as we continue on our quest to help everyone maintain that wonderful gift of good health. Find us on 95th Terrace, Centerville, and now located in the Lucaya Shopping Center of Freeport, Grand Bahama.
As we continue to develop the orange economy of the Bahamas and empower our artists and artisans, we as a government intend to show tangible support. We are therefore requesting our Bahamian artists and artisans to submit images of their handmade, authentically made Bahamian products and prices as we move to produce a live digital booklet with Bahamian-made works. With the creation of a live booklet, artisans can always submit new works to be included. It is our intent to use this book as a catalog for the purchase of items by all senior government officials for gifts, display items, and the like. Ministers, permanent secretaries, members of parliament, and ambassadors will be supporting our orange economy by the purchase of items and in sharing this book to the wider global creative community. We are committed to grow and expand the orange economy of the Bahamas.
And that does it for the National Report, but stay close. The Bahamas Tonight continues with Access Now.
Throughout our lifetime, we must all make decisions. No matter how we choose, the right one just needs to be made. Like having J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers as your insurance partner. We've been serving the Bahamas for over 100 years. Whether you need home, motor, marine, or commercial insurance, make the right decision. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance, peace of mind.
Now it's almost International Women's Day, and we go inside an event that was just for the ladies. That's coming up tonight.
Plus, Literacy Day celebrated as students and teachers hit the streets to spread their love of reading and books. Those details straight ahead.
Also, the Bahamas secures 6 major honors at an International Travel Awards.
And in sports, Day 3 of the GSSA gets underway.
Tonight, Access Now starts now.
Good evening on this Access to Entertainment Friday. I'm Royston Jones.
And I'm Marlena Leonard. Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, Access Now.
Now, Sunday is International Women's Day, a moment recognized around the world to celebrate the achievements, contributions, and leadership of women across every field of life.
And it's also a time to reflect on the progress that's been made while continuing to support the opportunities and advancement of women and girls in our communities, because when women are empowered, entire communities benefit.
Very well said. And here in the Bahamas, we see those contributions every single day in business, education, public service, and of course, right here in the media. On that note, let's dive right into the news. BAF Financial pulled out all the stops Friday as it celebrated women and their strides they've made in all areas ahead of International Women's Day on Sunday, of course, a day that commemorates the fight for equality. It's the 5th year BAF has hosted the International Women's Day brunch, this time under the theme Give to Gain. BAF Creative Director Cecilia Cooper says it is a clarion call for all to invest in the safety, education, and upliftment of women, noting that since the event's inception, it has grown tremendously.
We're oversubscribed, which also tells us that women are looking for outlets like these for upliftment, for investment in themselves, and for networking. I also want to applaud all other organizations who are having women's events, entrepreneurship events, and other events to uplift women during this time. It is also Women's History Month. So all month long we are celebrating women, but this is more serious. This is also about the glass ceiling. It's also about gender roles and equality.
In attendance was Bahamian Olympian Shawnee Miller-Ubo, who spoke on managing motherhood and work and had this advice for women.
I think it's so important for women to realize that we can do both, especially in the sporting arena. You know, we're taught, you know, kind of when you get pregnant, it's the end of your career, and I think that a lot of women have been changing that, and I would hope to follow in that footsteps as well, you know, and just make changes and let women know that we can do both. You know, we are strong enough and we're capable to do it all. And yeah, I think that the topic for today I think it's perfect because we've given so much in our lives over the years, and even like how the key note speaker spoke on it. You know, it's just about giving, and you know, in the end, you will get a return. And so it's just about staying focused.
Wise words. And speaking of wise words, you've heard the old adage many times before, read to succeed. And that's the spirit with which many primary school students celebrated Literacy Day today. Under the theme, One Book, One Level, charting the course to literacy excellence, the kids paraded the streets to show off their love for reading. Amaya Moss tells us more.
Primary school students across the capital took learning beyond the classroom, carrying books, stories, and imagination straight into the streets. The initiative brought students together in the inner city, where pages turned and young voices echoed through the community as they embraced the importance of reading and expression. School officials say the results are already becoming clear, with students showing growing confidence and stronger academic performance as programs like this continue to nurture both learning and self-belief.
We have seen the excitement. Our school's goal, our GPA goal for this academic year was to move from 52 to about 57%. And December, we would have surpassed that goal. We made 59% of our students achieving a 2-point and above GPA. And so this activity here will continue to push them.
We've been seeing steady gains in our literacy program here at our school. Our percentages have been going up. Events like this seek to motivate the students. It gets them excited about reading. It gets them to understand that, you know, reading is everyone's business. It's everywhere, and it's a necessity for them.
For the students, the milestone literacy effort is already shaping their academic journey.
It boosts my comprehension and it boosts my vocabulary skills.
Reading is basically a necessity of life to understand where things are, how much medicine to take, and stuff like that.
It helps us learn, communicate, and navigate daily life.
My teacher is grade 5, Miss Mackenzie.
Oh, not the Miss Mackenzie!
All right, go ahead. No, the big one, not the little one.
For many of the young participants, the experience was more than simply reading aloud. It was also about discovering how powerful their own voices are and can become. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Amaya Moss.
We're going to have to give that young student back his mic. He has a lot more to say. Thanks so much, Amaya. Now, the Bahamas securing 6 major travel honors and earning global recognition for sustainability and leadership at the Pacific Area Travel Writers Association, PATWA, during its ITB Berlin 2026, a program which recognizes governments, organizations, and individuals who demonstrate leadership and impact across the global tourism sector. The Bahamas, which was awarded 6 top awards across 4 distinguished categories, was also honored as a partner destination and event partner at their 26th edition of the International Travel Awards. Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism Chester Cooper won the Tourism Minister of the Year Award for Sustainability. The Padua Gold Award, Lifetime Achievement in Tourism, was awarded to Subaltern Bethel. The Padua Gold Award for Destination Management in the Caribbean went to Tourism Director General Latia Duncombe. CEO of the Nassau Paradise Island Promotion Board, Joy Durbaloo, was awarded the Padua Gold Award for Excellence in Destination Promotion, and the Bahamas was crowned the Destination of the Year in the Lifetime Experiences category and won the Destination Award for Vibrant Beaches. The Director General, who was on hand, says the awards reflect the strength of our tourism sector and the collective efforts of many across our islands. Still to come, we talk what goes into a great medley, a great concert, and more about the band we'll hear from tonight. And of course, our Diane Dorset has your Access weather forecast, so stay close.
Bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding ding dong. Bang bang bang. Ding bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding ding dong. Bam bam bang. Ding bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding ding dong.
Looking to save this March? Look no further. Shop the specials at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets. Sea bass tuna, 5 ounces, 84 cents. Green cabbage, 99 cents per pound. Riceland parboiled rice, 5 pounds, $3.89. Hellman's mayonnaise, 30 ounces, $7.59. Chicken leg quarters, 10-pound bag, $1.15 per pound. Turn shopping madness into saving gladness when you shop the specials at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
Royson, it's Friday, and it's time for your Access weather forecast, your quick look at what's shaping our weather for the next few days. Our satellite picture is showing some low-level clouds over the central and southeast Bahamas associated with a mid-level low-pressure system, which could trigger a few passing showers across that part of the country through the weekend. Meanwhile, a ridge of high pressure at the surface will maintain moderate to strong winds across the islands through the weekend. Because of these conditions, boaters should continue to exercise extreme caution, and swimmers are advised to stay out of the waters due to the high risk of rip currents. Now, taking a look at your boating forecast in the northwest Bahamas tonight through Sunday, winds will be easterly at 15 to 20 knots with seas at 4 to 7 feet, a high tide at 10 o'clock tonight and another one at 10:13 in the morning. For boaters in the central and southeast Bahamas tonight through Sunday, winds will be easterly at 15 to 25 knots with seas at 5 to 8 feet, with that small craft advisory still in effect. It's time now for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
I see it. My work is on the water. Free diving, through no line is how I survive. Listen, from Porgy to Yellowtail, from Jackfish to Killer Whale, I jump in my dingy boat and I head on down the coast. I need a fish to fight.
That was your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. And just a reminder, daylight saving time comes into effect Sunday morning at 2 a.m. So be sure to set your clocks ahead 1 hour before heading to bed Saturday night. That wraps up your Access weather forecast. Have a great weekend, everyone. Melina, Royston.
Thanks, Diane. Well, as you know, it's Entertainment Friday, and our band tonight is known for their medleys, which is something I personally love from a live performance. But I just have to ask you, Royston, what do you look for in either a medley performance or what makes a good concert?
What makes a good concert? That's a good question. Now, a little bit of history here. I did work when George Marcantos at Atlantis had the live series, Atlantis Live Series.
Oh, I remember that.
I worked as a manager of special events with Donna Lowry, and they had the Justin Bieber concert there. They had the Jonas Brothers concert there.
I went to the Jonas Jonas Brothers one. Yes,
concert.
that was my first
Very
concert.
interesting. Now, what I think about a good concert is these international artists who come to the Bahamas, when they perform abroad, it's normally to a very large audience, thousands, if not tens of thousands. When they come here, it's always these intimate settings where you get a real feel for the artist up close. And I think that makes it really, really nice and engaging for audiences. And for the artists, they can get much more personal too. Connecting to the audience as well. I think that makes a special concert. I always enjoy doing it. I'm even thinking about the John Legend concert at Bahamar. Small, intimate setting, telling his stories about his life as well. Also the food. Now, you know we're foodies.
Oh, yes.
So good food at a concert
Food and a concert.
also makes for a special concert.
My two favorite things. Yeah. So we don't have the Jonas Brothers here today, but later in the show, we do have a Flashback Friday to a past performance from Audrey and the A-List. The group features singer Audrey and background singer Awan, with the band known for their creative arrangements of classic covers, creating unique performances with their secret sauce to make a distinct A-List sound. Their name itself comes from the association with A-listers as being top tier in their fields, and you can hear that promise of excellence made real in their performances.
Absolutely. Now, when it comes to their style, their favorite classics and medleys from artists like Michael Jackson, Earth, Wind & Fire, one of my favorites.
Love September.
And Anita Baker. Absolutely. We've got one of those medleys coming up later in the show. In the meantime, it's time to turn things over to ZNS Total Sports to see what's on tap.
The Raptors reclaim their GSSA title. Details of that story and more coming up in sports.
The internet isn't just for surfing. There's a sea of shoppers buying online, and you can connect with them on Tingsy. Tingsy is the SBDC's online storefront built for Bahamians. Take your business to the next level by selling to customers online, both at home and around the world. People want Bahamian things, and if you got things to sell, sell on Tingsy. Find out how you can connect with a sea of buyers by visiting tingsybahamas.com.
Welcome to your TGIF Sports, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles, topping sports. Following an upset last year at the hands of the S.E. McPherson Sharks, the CAG's Raptors returning to reclaim their crown in the junior division at the 2026 GSSA Track and Field Championships, hosted at the original Thomas A. Robinson Track and Field Stadium. After taking a lead of more than 100 points on day one, the Raptors ensured that the title would return to Raptors country, totaling 720 points on day two to take the junior division crown on Thursday. The Ajo National Lions held on to their top two position from day one, turning a final team score of 535 points. The Raptors dominating the junior division. The champs would take the male 13 and under, female 15 and under, female 17, as well as the male 17 and under divisions.
Talk about this moment for us.
When we started from school in September, our job is to go out there and retain our championship. My principal never forget the 36 points we got from last year. Every assembly, we remind the children 36 points. And so I'm happy and pleased. You know, dedication and hard work is the key. Those kids was out there from September, non-stop. January coming out, we was out there. Monday to Saturday, non-stop. We had a goal in mind, and the goal is to come back and retain our championship. This is 32 years of the GSSA, State Street 129. So I tell you the program, the sacrifice and hard work of coaches, and these kids behind you, and that's why we're celebrating here today.
As for the final senior standings, find out who came out on top in tomorrow's Sportscast. Junior and senior high school golfers were in action as well on Thursday on day two of the 2026 Bahamas National School Golf Championships at the Sports and Golf Academy. A look at the standings. Windsor School would lead the senior girls division with a team score of 89. The Queens College Comets shot a collective total of 113 for second. Homeschooling would be third with a total of 120 points. On the senior boys side, it would be Windsor taking the top spot there, leading with a score of 92 after day one. QC would finish second with a total of 101 points. The college basketball news: days away from selection Sunday. You'll let Maxime Mahuna and Ole Miss Lady Rebels trying to secure their spot in the Big Dance. They would open up play in the SEC tournament Thursday afternoon with a second-round matchup against the Auburn Tigers. Lady Rebs would end a 4-game skid, easily handling the Tigers. Ole Miss picking up the 73-57 win. The 7-seeded Rebels now move on to face the number 2 seed Vanderbilt Commodores later this evening in the quarterfinals.
When you have the game under control, you have to rest them and hope that the other group can hold the line so you don't have to put them back. And if you do, we played some zones so that we could because Auburn started to just put their head down and drive. So we went ahead to our zone so that we can kind of manage the drives and put ourselves in a position where we're not playing someone for, over 24 minutes.
And that's been Look at Your Sports on this Friday. I'm Amajal Knowles, signing out until tomorrow.
Imagine putting $25 gas in your car, scanning the QR code, and winning a whole cruise and so much more. Well, that could be you with the New Year, New Things promotion happening right now at Rubis. From now until March 27, spend $25 or more in fuel and win one of our amazing prizes, such as $500 worth of Rubis gift cards, Fidelity prepaid Visa cards, BPL vouchers, a 3-night stay at the Margaritaville Hotel, a PS5, and we'll be sending a lucky person on a cruise. I can't wait to see what you win. It's New Year, New Things with Rubis. Don't forget, spend $25 or more, scan the QR code, fill out the form, upload your receipt, enter, and win. That's my boo. I ain't getting leave. I can see y'all on the cruise. Don't leave me, don't leave me.
We lead off with this report. This one is a good one to lead off with for Sunday.
Your weekend news just got better. Exciting features, good vibes. It's all about the feeling.
Hey, I'm Raven, and your Sundays never felt so good. Tune into Northern Service Vibes, where culture meets conversation, every Sunday at 6:30 p.m. only on the ZNS Network.
You're looking at a shot of the Nassau Cruise Port, which recorded 6.1 million passengers in 2025 on nearly 1,600 cruise calls, a milestone that coincides with a historic tourism year for the Bahamas. That shot thanks to our drone pilot, Shane Gibson Jr., and it's time now to take a trip to Exuma. Let's go.
Thanks so much, Marlena. Now, 11 community organizations in Exuma have been awarded grants totaling $212,000 from Friends of Exuma. These are the group's first community fund grants for 2026, with nearly $2.5 million awarded to philanthropic partners since the program began in 2020. This year's recipients support youth development, education, the arts, athletics, and environmental initiatives. Organizations receiving funding include Children's Mission Camp, Exceptional Education Outreach, Exuma Arts Network, Exuma Christian Academy, Exuma Sailing Club, Exuma Youth Band, Nelson Ranger Tennis, NRIR Regatta, Scullers Rowing Club, Tour of Turquoise, Ride for Exuma, and Harbor Fund. Friends of Exuma says its grant program supports organizations that show strong leadership, transparency, and measurable community impact.
And it's time for Entertainment Friday. Let's take a look back at this performance by the amazing band, Audrey and the A-List.
Close your eyes, let that rhythm get into you. Don't try to fight it, there ain't nothing that you can do. Relax your mind, lay back and move it on. You gotta feel ready, and we're gonna roll the boogie. Should I be alone?
if you remember, but I know that after today, you won't forget. Do you remember the 21st night of September? Love was changing the hearts of pretenders while chasing the clouds away. Our hearts were ringing in the key that our soul was singing as we dance in the night. Remember how the stars stole the night away. Hey, 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 Maria, say do you remember, Maria, dancing in September, Maria, never was a cloudy day. Ah, yeah. To my surprise, 100 stories high, people getting loose now, getting down on the roof. Ooh, the bomb is flaming out of control. It was so entertaining when those boogies start to explode. I heard somebody say, baby, burn, just go and burn the baby, burn that mother down, y'all. Burn, baby, burn, just go and burn the baby, When we met, always knew I would feel that magic for you on my mind constantly. In my arms is where you should be. Ooh, I love you here by me, baby. You let my love fly free. I want you in my life for all times. Caught up in the rapture of love. Nothing else can compare when I feel the magic of you. But I'm gonna need
Audrey and the A-List, what a way to start your weekend. Those are the good weekend vibes.
I know exactly what I'm playing on the way home. I'm going to be playing a little Bootsy Collins.
Okay.
I'd rather be with you.
Okay.
Just to get the vibe started for the weekend as well. That put me in the mood for it. Well, that's going to do it for Access Now. But before we send you off to enjoy your weekend, and a good weekend it shall be sure to capture and share your moments with us.
Yes, send us your funny pics, your pet videos, your scenic shots, and even your did I really do that moments. We want to see them.
Email them to us at btaccessnow@gmail.com. That's btaccessnow@gmail.com.
Good night, everybody. Stay tuned for the rundown with Howard Grant. Have a good weekend.
Have a good weekend.
man's rib during the deep slumber. She knew then that they would sleep on her. Skin soft as pillows, hard a resting place to replenish. When his gaze sparked with wonder, she knew that she would shock the world. Boom, clank, 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 boom, clank, clank, clank. Built from ribs and flesh, she is a refinery of love. Lifted, sifted, gifted, she is mankind's purest form. The grand finale, the chef's kiss of creation. She is woman, God's solution to a man's problem. She is a problem solver. Listen and gain insight. Her lips plump like fresh fruit spill wisdom. Pluck her words, taste their pulp and be made whole. Behold, she is woman, the apple of his eye. She is where resilience sprouts with grace, where strength and dignity buds laughter. The shoreline where humility caresses fierceness. Her touch as gentle as petals, yet grasp as strong as roots. She will not let you go. She is lover and fighter. Do not raise your voice or hand at her unless it is to pay respect. She can raise children or raise hell. You decide. Her heart has withstood the test of time. What can she not bear except the sound of a woeful cry? Sown with compassion, her embrace clothes the broken. Birthed from surgery, her soul heals the wounded. She is woman, nurturer of destiny. Come, drink, be nourished at her rivers of resourcefulness. Let your uniqueness bloom like flowers and color the wind. No city conquered, no mile ran, no mountain climbed can outmatch the perseverance of a woman. The strength of a woman is her faith. The strength of a woman is her care. The strength of a woman is her stride. The strength of a woman is her love. She is woman, queen of the garden.
At Rusty Bethel Drive, I'm Paiswell Forbes. This is ZNS.